Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Vandal Hearts 2. When we last left off, we skirmished with the Black Knights again on the Eastern Railroads, and we took out Manin, the Ice. And today, we're going back to Yugor for a little extra bonus scene. Now, I'm not 100% sure when this becomes available. I want to say that it becomes available right after you finish the Eastern Railroad story map, but it actually might be available as soon as you're done in Yugor. I'm not real sure because it's this scene is actually extra and it's triggered randomly, so you're not necessarily going to get it when you go into Yugor. It's just a little funny scene involving Pike. So yeah, it's just Pike being Pike, the way he has been pretty much the entire game. Although you gotta wonder if there's something wrong with him, with the way these women are running away from him. But yeah. There are 3 little bonus scenes like this in the game. One of them is this one. The second one is random like this one is. And you're not necessarily going to get it when you go into the area. The third one is guaranteed, but you can only see it if you're on the path for one of the bad endings. I say bad endings, but if you're on the path for not the best ending. But anyway, I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the shop here and purchase new equipment, and I'll meet you guys back in just a minute, and we will go to Nazca City. I'll see you then. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've done my shopping, and I've equipped my weapons and moved my skills around, so let's just take a moment to talk about what I did. Broadly, I bought new shields and armor for everyone. The Knight Shield right there has Angel Smile, which is the upgraded version of Mother Mercy. Pike and Guilty, I switched their equipment around, so basically now Pike is the one that's going to be punching things, and Guilty is going to be my item guy with my dagger. I did this because Pike's falling behind on levels, and I wanted him to catch up a little bit. Vlad's pretty much the same. Lyra's pretty much the same, except she got a new crossbow. Pratu and Maria. I'll talk about Pratu last. Maria, I am learning I put her on the Cosmo Rod to learn anti-minimum because I happen to know for a fact in the next, not this battle we're going into now, but there is actually a mage in the next battle, usually, who can cast the mini spell. And I figured, you know what, eventually I want to have all the status curing spells learned, and I've kind of been putting them on the back burner, so now's a good time to try and get it, you know. So yeah, that's why she's got that. And Pratu, I'm not a real big fan of the status effect spells in this game. I think that they have a really low chance of working. But I have a friend of mine who says that Paralyzer is the best thing since sliced bread in this game. It is so useful. It works on bosses. It works on just everything. And I don't know. I never tried Paralyzer. I tried the poison spell and I tried the sleep spell. I never really used the mini spell, and I never really used Paralyzer because I was very, very dissatisfied with the hit rate of the previous 2, minimum and sleep. Not minimum, poison and sleep. So I figured this is one of those games where you got those useless, those useful, useless, however you want to say it, status effects. You know, they would be useful if they actually hit, but they have such low hit percentages that it's honestly just better to do damage usually. I can see a couple of instances where doing a status effect would be good, especially against bosses if they're not immune to it. So, especially in this upcoming boss battle, if they're not immune to it, I might try that on here. So anyway, let's move to the tavern. I don't need to go to the shop because I've already purchased all of my equipment. But we got to gather information. What that means is going into the bar and talking to all the patrons. Oh, okay. And we got some story scenes. I'm going to try and go through this as quickly as possible, but hopefully not too quick for you, because we've got a little ways to go before we actually get to the battle. Duke Cluth sounds like a really swell guy. So anyway, this is not going to, totally not going to end in a bad way. At least Joshua's a little skeptical about what's going on here. Guilty looks so old too. It's kind of, I don't know, I don't think his portrait really fits with his sprite, but honestly, I don't really think anybody's portrait in this game fits with their sprites. The portraits in this game are actually rather ugly. It's really weird. They kind of, just the art style in this game compared to the first one. Now the first one had more stylized anime, and this one they just went realistic. But they kept like the same sort of style of sprites, but they sort of proportioned them better. So, I mean, I don't know, it's weird. I don't think the portraits really match the rest of the game. Uh-oh, see, told you. Told you. Totally called it. It has nothing to do with the fact that I've played this game before. Bite your tongue, sir. Bite your tongue is like the best comeback ever. It's like you're a dickwad. Bite your tongue, sir. I think you could pretty much come back against any insult with bite your tongue, and like you will come off as this suave, learned fellow, and make the other guy look like a douchebag. You're fucking stupid. Bite your tongue, sir. See, it just works. I'm sorry, I'm completely going off topic about the game, but I mean, there's really not much going on here. We've pretty much stepped face first into a trap, and we were captured by the son of the man who we came here to see. So isn't that wonderful? How dare you foreigners! I love how, like, he calls them foreigners, but it's a civil war, and we just happen to be from the other half of the country. So that makes us foreigners. Maria's a little violent, don't you think? Please do not provoke the man who has us captured. He might do something like gas us. Oh, damn it. Deadly neurotoxin. No, it's just regular neurotoxin. I don't know, is there such a thing as regular neurotoxin? No, it's just sleeping gas. You know, for such a common trope, and something that happens, like villains do a lot, I actually did some looking into like gassing and things like that. It's apparently really, really hard to gas somebody or randomly drug somebody without killing them. That's why anesthesiologists make so much money. Because you have varying things like body weight and just drug resistances and things like that. What might knock you out might not knock me out. And what'll knock me out might kill you. You know, this isn't a bad game, but when I play it, I can't help but feel like, and this is seriously me giving the game being way too hard on the game. I look at the plot of this game, and all I can see is it trying to be Final Fantasy Tactics. But, you know, and honestly, I probably am making that connection because I've played Final Fantasy Tactics recently. Actually, War of the Lions. I've been trying to get through that because I want to see some of the extra content. I don't know if I'm going to get the Onion Knights because, well, frankly, that's way too much extra work. Silence, fool! I kill you! Leon's kind of a cold dude. He locked his dad in a jail cell just because they had an argument and he thinks they're wrong. They had a difference of opinion. Duke Klua thinks they should do this. Leon thinks they should do this. So Leon locked his dad in a jail cell so he could basically give the king, the gentleman that was traveling, you know, the mute puppet guy who we risked our lives to save and entrusted to Yuri, so he can give them to the Black Knights. I'm doing the thing that you told me specifically not to do, that you said is the wrong course of action, but I am certain that one day, once this is all settled and over and the dust is cleared, you will say that I am right. I'm pretty sure Leon has his reasons in story, but I honestly hate people like that. Oh my god, I know some people like that. And they got a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina here. But, you know what? I will let it slide because of one thing. If I were a man in a political position such as Duke or whatever, just a high political position, I'm pretty sure that most men in high political positions, at least intelligent men, have certain contingencies in place. And I do not find it a stretch of my suspension of disbelief at all to hear that the Duke had some kind of contingency plan for him being thrown in jail. I don't think that Leon would be saying this if he saw Nicola lately. The man is a lush. I don't think King Franz cares, Leon. He's kind of a soulless puppet. Kind of a soulless puppet. A poor young boy who had his soul poured out of him with a watermelon scoop. Now, for some reason, like a watermelon baller, you know? Like, for some reason, I just picture his mom, like, with, like, a black magic watermelon baller just peeling his soul out. And I don't know why, but that's kind of cool. That's pretty metal. The Royal Knights, huh? Well, in case you hadn't caught on, the Royal Knights are actually the Black Knights. They're no longer the Cardinal's personal hatchet men. They are actually the Nicola's Royal Knights. Even though they work for supposedly Nicola, the Cardinal is still pulling the strings, so, you know, there is that. Ah, so Yuri left, huh? Yes, Yuri has seemed agitated in the last couple of cutscenes, hasn't he? I wonder what's in those books. So there's your Deus Ex Machina right there. Somebody let all of us out of the jail cells. Like I said, though, a man in that kind of political position, if he's intelligent at all, will have certain contingencies in play. So I don't find it too hard to believe that he had somebody with instructions to, you know, if I get thrown in jail, come let me out. Or free, like, orchestrate my freedom from this jail cell.